Hi guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make cheese and leek croquettes, which are basically like an alternative to just having potatoes with a meal. So first of all, I'm just going to go through the ingredients. So the first thing that we've got is 75 grams of grated mature cheese I'm using. You're also going to need about 6 medium potatoes, and I've already peeled and cut them up. You're also going to need 1 leek, and I've already washed, trimmed and then sliced that up. You're also going to need 3 tablespoons of oil. Now unfortunately we didn't have any in the cupboard, which I thought we had because we normally do, but yeah, I'm just going to use butter instead, so you can use like butter or margarine. And I've got 3 kind of like heaped tablespoons here. You're also going to need 1 egg yolk, which I've already prepared just there, and then salt to taste. For the coating of the croquettes, you're going to need, I hope I'm pronouncing them right, they're either croquettes or croquettes, I'm sure it's croquettes. You're going to need plain flour. Now there's not an actual amount because this is basically just to do the coating for the croquettes, so you're just going to need to kind of like roll the potato, leek and cheese croquettes into that basically to create the coating. So just, you know, a substantial amount in a bowl will do, and then you can just, any that you don't use you can just put back into the flour packet if you wish. You're also going to need 1 beaten egg, which I've prepared there, 50 grams of breadcrumbs and 50 grams of some more cheese. So I've used some more mature cheese there. Now I've combined the 50 grams of cheese and the 50 grams of breadcrumbs together, as you can see. Just mixed it up slightly with my hands because when it comes to using those ingredients in the recipe, it requires them to be together anyway, so I've just kind of like just prepared them like that. In terms of utensils, you're going to need a saucepan to boil your potatoes, which as you can see I've already got on. Season the water with a little bit of salt. You're also going to need a frying pan to saute the leeks and then to fry the croquettes at the end. And when you're sauteing the leeks, at the beginning they have to be in a tablespoon of oil. Now I've basically just took a tablespoon of the butter and put it into there. I usually, and have done before, cooked things like this and it's absolutely fine, so it doesn't matter. Don't get me wrong, if I would have had oil then I would have used it, but needs must and everything. So yeah, that's that with your frying pan. And then you're going to need a colander. And then you'll probably need, you know, just bits of utensils as you're going along, just to stir things and things like that. And then obviously you'll need your knife for when you're preparing everything. So those are the ingredients, and like I said, the water has been boiling now for about, probably about 5 minutes, but it doesn't really matter how long it's boiling for as long as it's boiling, as you can see. Yeah, I put that on a high heat just there. So now I can start adding the potatoes. The water is already seasoned with salt, so yeah, I'm just going to start adding in all the potatoes, and I'm going to leave those for 15 minutes until they're soft. So the potatoes are nearly done. I'd say there's probably about 5 minutes left. So when you're reaching that amount of time left for the potatoes to cook, I'd recommend just popping your leek into your frying pan with the 1 tablespoon of oil or butter in the bottom. Allow that to melt first. Now you want to saute the leeks, so you want them to be soft but not brown. So it needs to be quite a relatively high heat, as you can see. I've got that up, I had it about there, and that's how far it goes. So I've got it relatively high, but just keep an eye on it. And then like I said, there's 5 minutes left for the potatoes, and then these should be done really in about 5 minutes ish, and then it saves you having to let the potatoes go cold while you wait for the leeks. These are done at the, approximately the same time as the potatoes are done. Then everything's going to be still warm and you're not going to have to be reheating anything. Although, to be honest, it doesn't really matter if you do wait until your potatoes are done and then do the leeks, because we're going to be frying the croquettes anyway, so obviously they'll get warm again. But yeah, it's up to you. So these are actually really, really nice now. They're really, really soft. So yeah, it shouldn't take long at all. These are done, so I'm going to turn the heat off on those. And take it off the heat, and then I'll just wait a couple of more minutes for these. So when your potatoes are done, you need to drain them, and then I've just popped them back into the saucepan that I was boiling them in. I've added a little bit of milk and a little bit of butter before I started mashing them, because who doesn't like creamy potatoes? So I've mashed the potatoes, and then you need to just add in your leek, your sautéed leek, your grated cheese and your egg yolk, and then you need to mix it all up. And then I'd recommend leaving it for probably about, I'd say probably about 20 minutes, just so it's cooling down, because you've got to mix the croquet, like you've got to shape them in your hand, and obviously if the potato is still boiling hot, then it's not going to be very comfortable doing that. So yeah, I'd recommend just leaving this mixture to cool for about 20 minutes after you've mixed everything in here. Okay, so I allowed that mixture to cool for 20 minutes like I said to do. And with it all being mixed in, basically all I had to do is just get a little amount in my hand and then basically roll the mixture in between my hands to create this sort of shape. Now, with the amount of ingredients that I told you at the beginning, you should be able to make about 16 croquettes. So all you have to do is, like I said, roll the mixture between your hands to create this sort of shape. And then what you need to do is dip it into the flour, then into the egg, and then into the cheese and breadcrumb mix. Now, as you can see, apart from the flour, my ingredients have gone because I've already done that process. So yeah, they're all ready to be fried. I have 16 there. And now I have my frying pan with the other 2 tablespoons of butter that I showed you at the beginning, and basically I need to wait for that to melt. I'm going to put it on a higher heat now I'm filming. Wait for that to melt, and it needs to be like steaming hot. So I'm going to keep just stirring it. Okay, so it needs to be steaming hot, and then you can add your croquettes. And I'm just going to turn it down a bit because it's starting to bubble a bit. I don't want it to burn. Okay, that's pretty hot now. So what you can do is add the croquettes and just fry over a gentle heat for about 4 minutes, and then just turn them regularly until they're like golden brown all over. So I'm just going to show you a couple, because obviously I've got a lot here, but as long as I show you the basic gist of how to cook them, should be fine. So just place them in the frying pan away from you. I'm just going to put about 4 in. So after about 2 minutes I'm going to turn them, and then we'll see what they're like. So that's what they're like after being turned, after 2 minutes. So here we have some cooked ones. Now, you might not want yours to be as dark as mine are. I mean, mine are like really dark and crispy. I love them like this. But yeah, you might not want them this dark, so just keep an eye on them when they're cooking. But I love that crunch. And then obviously you've got your cheesy coating on the outside, and then you've got that lovely leek and cheese all on the inside. So I hope you've liked this little recipe. Let me know if you do try them out. I'd love to see your version. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!